yes. Now I've learned that we are live now, even though it doesn't look like we're live now. So people can see us, even though we can't see them.
It's true. It's true.
Hi, people.
Oh, I should pull up. Hi. I'm going to, I'll pull up YouTube on my phone so that I can see.
That threw me off last time you did it. I was like, how can you see things?
Yes, that's because because I pull it up on my phone. But yes, I forgot to do that before we started. So we're doing it right now. Oh, it's not up yet.
It should just have started. We got 3 people watching.
Well,
is one of them you? One of them's probably you.
No, it's not because I can't find it yet.
Oh,
well, let me see.
I don't know what to tell you.
Well, I don't know either. Oh, wait, there it is.
Everybody but you can watch us. There you are.
Yes, found it. Yes, hi. Hi, everyone. So rude of me not to say hello before. Hi.
Welcome back.
Thanks for coming back.
Yes.
Here we are. We're here.
Quiet weeks there. It's just going to do a check if the sound's all right, if you can hear me. Liz, you good?
Same. Yeah, if you can hear me. Hey, guys. Just let us know if the sound sounds okay. That sounded strange. The sound sounds, you know.
It's been a couple weeks, all right? Words are hard. Words are increasingly hard.
Words, phrases, sentences. Indeed. Cool. So, hi. Hello. I guess we should warm up for a couple minutes and wait for folks to straggle in if they're going to. You know, either way, we're going to be here. We're going to have a little get together, a little gathering for us.
Yes. We're going to make something real simple, real nice, real delightful. We'll get into that in a second. How you been, Liz?
I'm good. I'm okay. Yeah. You know, just doing the most I can and taking care of myself and others as best I can. And yeah. How are you? How have you been doing?
About the same. You know, there's obviously we all know what the world's like right now, but you know, trying to find a balance between doing same, like being active, being responsible, like, and then also you gotta take recharge times for yourself. So
you have to put on your own oxygen mask first. You have to take care of yourself so that you can take care of others, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's hot here a lot.
Yeah.
Also that sweating, that's the other thing I've been doing lately. Sorry, you were gonna say.
No, I relate to that. I've been sweating a lot. I've been taking a bike a lot. And that's something that I hadn't been doing for, I mean, this is the first time that this is the first year, especially the first summer, that I've been using a bike to get places, and I'm constantly sweaty, but you know, that's it's fine. You know, I feel good. I feel like I'm putting in the work. Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. But sweat is a thing. My apartment is pretty comfortable though. I'm okay right now.
That's good.
Yeah.
I used to bike to a bar job like in the city. So I was biking from Bushwick to Soho. And
the bridge is a thing.
It's a lot. And just having to, like, I would bring a change of clothes, but it's like you need a full-on shower. Like taking off sweaty clothes while you're still sweaty and putting on dry clothes is just making more sweaty clothes.
That's true. That's a very true observation. I've been feeling that way. I mean, because I'm, you know, obviously we're, even though we're out, we're social distancing and wearing masks and being responsible. So I've like discovered this new thing that I call swamp face.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like this area, like I'm breaking out just in this area of my face. And that's how that feels. And I also feel like when I'm biking, I kind of need a mask to bike in and then a mask for when I get wherever I'm going to change it
That's
out.
funny.
There's some weird smells going on by the time I get where I'm going.
I've been I'm a runner. I run like 4 to 5 miles a day in a mask, and that is just, I don't know, because I know like once your mask gets wet, it's ineffective. So there's already like
Yeah.
halfway through the run, I'm like, I don't know. Now I'm just wearing like a sopping, sweaty mask on my face.
This is just a decoration now.
But I will say this to all those people that complain, like, I don't know, I keep seeing these videos of like people, I don't know why they're all in California. I thought people were really smart out there, but like, just like people complaining about their rights being infringed upon, wearing a mask, and how dangerous it is for them to have to go shopping or go into a store with a mask on. It's like, I run 5 miles every day in one. Like, you're fine to go to the organic supermarket and buy some kale with the mask on. You will not swallow enough CO2 to die. I promise you.
Right. Because it's literally about like, it's not actually about your health. It's about other people who could get sick from you. So like, it is a life and death scenario that like, if you're deciding that it's not worth it for you to wear a mask, like you could be the cause of someone dying. So
yeah, I mean, we all understand, and they're not. They get swampy, breakouts.
Some people don't understand. That's what.
I mean, yeah, you think it was just like, none of us dig it. Like, I don't know what some people do. I feel like all of my like techno punk friends from college are having a resurgence of like all of their like rave masks, and finally my time to shine. It's like, yeah, looks good. It's a good look.
yeah, you got a great collection.
Yeah.
I was when we were checking in earlier today, I was talking about the some of the hospital masks. Some of the doctors have masks that, like, you know how like a lot of them crease this way, but some of them crease this way. It ends up looking like a duck bill, and I just wish that someone would have those types of medical masks and decorate it like a duck bill. It would be very good.
You could be the one to start that.
I'm gonna start it. I'll figure it out.
I'll get you one if you make it look like a duck bill. I'll find you one.
Okay. Challenge accepted. I'll spread it all. I can't mass produce them, but I'll spread the idea out into the world, to the internet. That's yours. Okay, yeah, no, it's free.
And it's a great idea.
Yeah. I agree. Because this is my idea.
It's a great idea. It is a great idea that I had, isn't it? Yes, it is. You're not wrong.
Okay, well, stop gassing me up. Yes. Hey, people who got here.
Yeah, how many people we got hanging out? All right.
Thank you.
We got about 15 people hanging out. That's nice. Thank you. Yeah. Hello.
Not many fans of my swamp face joke. Understandably.
I think this is the concept of swamp face. It's just,
But it successfully describes what happens in the summertime to your face under a mask. Yes.
We got our COVID test today, swabbed and stuck. Yeah.
Yes.
That's a hangout these days. Do you want to stand in a socially distanced line and get our blood drawn together?
Yes. I was very scared of this one.
Yeah.
I wasn't as scared as the swab, but I was scared of this, and this ended up being okay.
This one was a little worse. The swab.
It was intense.
They were going into your brain to ask you the question, like, do you have COVID? And your brain was giving it an answer. It was very up there. I was not ready for that.
Can I tell you a weird thing? When I was a kid,
Please.
I'm outing myself as a very strange person. When I was a kid, I liked to like stick like a tissue or a Q-tip up my nose and make myself sneeze.
Really? Well,
Yes, I can't. I don't know if anybody else ever did that. It would be fine if I'm the only one. I told y'all.
sometimes it feels nice
That's
to
my
sneeze.
embarrassing.
I'm not judging you.
I like the feeling of sneezing, but you can't sneeze in the City MD as didn't your medical assistant tell you?
Oh yeah, he warned me. He was like, okay, if you sneeze when I do this, I have to empty out the room for 24 hours and we have to clean it completely. So please don't. Which, to be real, I wasn't even thinking about sneezing. That was not in my head. And then as soon as he said that, I'm like, why did you say that?
Oh no!
All
What
I
if
can
I
think about is
sneeze?
sneezing. But hopefully we'll know in I think it was usually 3 to 5 days, but it's busy. There's the weekend, so oh no, where'd Liz go? Oh, you're
It's
back.
I'm back. It's low battery. I might have to I might have a little weird sound for a while and have to let my iPad charge up a little bit.
Word. Oh, I see, because your headphones go in the same place. But yeah,
Yes.
at least 5 to 7 days we'll have answers back on if we have both active COVID, which God, I hope that's not true. Neither of us are sick, have symptoms, but hopefully antibodies. Fingers crossed for antibodies.
Because if we both have antibodies, then we can start recording together again.
Yes.
We can be in the same room again if we both have antibodies.
I can be around another human for the first time. And I mean, I've been at work, but at work it's all like gloves and masks and we're just at different parts of the restaurant, like just, batching and doing things. Been back at the restaurant in very small amounts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I forget what this part of the face looks like in person.
Oh yeah.
Small
It's
price to pay.
You know what though, but I heard that facial recognition really uses, even though our phones don't recognize us with masks on, like advanced facial recognition uses a lot of this area.
Really?
To identify you. Mm-hmm. The
There's
bridge.
There's a journalist that I started following recently because she's a total badass. Linda Tirado, I believe. She was one of the ones that had her eye shot out with a rubber bullet. But she's still like, I don't know how, she's just, like I said, total badass, in great spirits, still like funny as hell. And she was joking about how facial recognition has literally nothing on her now because she's got a mask and an eye patch. It's like, tell me who I am.
Go get him, Linda.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So, should we get into this? I just finished my wine while we were talking about everything but wine. Oh well.
So if you don't mind, would you like to go first so that I can charge my iPad and not have the sound interfere so much? Because I know it's going to affect it a little bit when I switch out my headphones.
Yeah, for sure. So we're going to do, this is great for if this is a recipe that you can definitely double, triple, quadruple for the future where we have parties again, social gatherings. But if you're like me and you're by yourself and maybe you want to make a nice sangria, this is a super pared down 1 bottle of wine into a sangria recipe. And it's kind of like a lot of the episodes we've done where we've specifically picked formats that you can sub in a lot of things. I wanted to do something like that. So this isn't going to be like your traditional red wine sangria. Usually when you get that, the ones that they have at restaurants, which I do love, but it's like red wine. There's usually triple sec, some powdered sugar, a lot of fruits, brandy sometimes. This is gonna be I think Liz sent out the stats, but it's going to be like a bottle of wine of your choosing, some sort of fruit, some sort of herb, a little bit of citrus, a little bit of simple syrup, and a little bit of a base spirit. So for the one that I'm doing rosé wine. I've got strawberries, I've got basil, I've got lemon juice, just regular simple syrup. This is a place that you could throw in a cool infusion if you wanted to, but I want to keep it simple. Syrup. And then I've got this from the Corky Distillery. What was it, in Jersey City? Yeah, I got this Garden Party gin that we bought the last time we were there together. Back when we could go places. Whoa, so long ago.
Cool. They're queer owned.
Yes, that's true. Queer owned and really, really good stuff. Yeah, so it's gonna be a really simple recipe with like, I feel like a lot of room for wiggling around to your own personal palate. I would, because we're adding sweet elements to this, I'd always recommend a drier wine, but also, you know, like use what you like. I just chose like a very basic, I mean, you know, this is like a mix of Grenache and Syrah, so it's nothing fancy. Like a $10 to $15 bottle of wine is fine. Cheaper is fine. Definitely don't get something nice for this because you're adding a bunch of shit to it.
Right. You're not gonna spend it anyway. So
yeah. This is fun. I like doing this. At work. Oh yeah. When I'm batching at work, it's usually like a lot of the, I've been doing these like large format cocktails and they're usually made with like 3 bottles of spirit. So it's just like all 3 at once and it's just like so much booze. So there is a bottle of rosé. I'm gonna look at my recipe. I need to make sure I'm telling you right. We had a recipe and then we realized we should half it to make the proportions right. So yeah, about to make like everything else too much. Oh well, here I have so like I don't know. This is maybe like about a cup of diced fruit. You know, however much is fine. But I would say somewhere between like 3/4 to a cup of fruit.
An appropriate amount.
Yeah, an appropriate amount. You dump that in there. You want like 2 to 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. I'm just gonna juice like a lemon and a half in there. I think this is one of those you can do it to taste because it's also going to depend on how sweet your fruit is, like how aggressive your herbs are, how sweet your wine is. Mm. So I have these giant lemons and this tiny lime squeezer. So
oh no,
it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be totally fine. Oh, Mom's here. Hey, Mom.
Oh hey. Aw. Oh, Charlie.
This is Charlie. Hi, Charlie. Charlie's in the chat, y'all. Wow. All right. That is now, Charlie. You can make the same recipe. Just do one of those sparkling apple juice bases or something like that. Use a grape juice base. All right.
Yes.
Need kid wine.
I actually liked the contraction that you did earlier, which was juice. Stands for juice.
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 Yes.
It's gonna catch on. Juice it.
I'm so happy about this. Charlie, anybody that's impressed with my hair right now, Charlie has the best hair right now. Riley made her hair a rainbow from like blue to purple to pink. It is so cool. It is so cool.
I saw some pictures earlier.
Yeah.
Charlie, it looks amazing. Radical. So cool.
Yeah. I felt pretty good, and then I saw all Charlie's colors. And I was like, darn, more colors.
Right. Shut up. You gotta get more colors in there.
There's about, so it's about just a lemon and a half. I like things a little bit tartar, so that's a little bit more tart. Tartar's not a word. Tartar is a word, but not in the way of using it. Like not like sauce. That's weird.
Tartar.
Yes, tartar. No. Yes. Now we add some raw beef to this sangria. You know, if I was gonna break my vegan edge, that's not how I do it. All right, I'm gonna add. You can add any kind of base spirit, about like 3 or 4 ounces per bottle of wine. Like I said, I'm using gin, but if you're not a gin fan, you could use vodka. I would I don't know, if you wanted to experiment with some darker spirits with like whiskey or rum, I don't think it would be like totally crazy and weird. I think more just because those have a lot of aggressive like tannins in them, it might compete with the wine, but you could totally try it. You know, I'm not like a peach like peach mint whiskey situation with like a white wine might be really cool.
Okay. I was also like, because I have that apple brandy that is actually not apple brandy, it's apple and pear. And that like there might be a pairing with some white wine that would be good with that.
Absolutely.
But, yeah, because red sangria traditionally uses brandy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, the thing about this is that it's a fun experiment because it's small batch. It's just for you and your close quarantine friends. So you can change it up. You can try stuff out. If you started with a $10 bottle of wine, then you really only, you know, like it's not a high risk situation.
No. Yeah, it's a very, very open recipe. If you've got, and the other thing is, because the longer it sits in your fridge, up to a point, it's going to be good. Like we're not going to be able to drink this right away. This is going to need to sit for at least 2 hours, preferably overnight. But honestly, it'll be even better like in 24 hours. So if you got like fruit that's going bad in your fridge, I know when I cook, because I cook just for myself, like I'll buy like some basil for some like curry, and then I just have all this basil left over and I don't know what to do with it. So this is a great way of using like fruit and herbs to just throw them in there with like a bottle of wine and some simple syrup and some juice, because it's going to kind of preserve it. So, you know, and like I said, it's not going to go bad very quickly. So even if you're just, you know, on your lonesome, this is a recipe that you can drink on for a couple days.
Yeah.
Ooh, apple pie sangria.
Ooh, apple pie sangria.
Reading the comments, yeah.
Vodka? Wow. Nice.
I'm just pulling some. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just. Ooh.
Chocolate and orange mints. What does that mean?
Do you mean mints as in? What do you mean by mints? Like candy mints? Chocolate and orange.
It's growing.
Mm-hmm.
Growing chocolate and orange mints.
Wait, how?
Are those types of mint? I'm asking dumb questions, but I'm asking them with gusto.
I haven't heard this, and I'm very interested. I had no idea there were those variety of mints. Mint plants.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say that I felt like I'd encountered chocolate mint before. I mean, obviously, chocolate mint is the flavoring, but that's cool. I don't know. I
didn't know that those plants. Now I'm excited.
Regular boring mint. That's really cool. Oh man, I would love to work with those.
I bet like, oh yeah, there's so many. I mean, I was trying to fit that into sangria, and I was like, chocolate mint, maybe somehow with a red wine.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, orange. Yeah. Orange would kind of work with anything. Wow, that's so cool.
Orange chocolate works with a lot of things. I'm a very big fan of orange chocolate. My parents used to get us those like chocolate oranges that were flavored orange chocolate.
Oh yeah, they like break open.
Yeah, I love those. I hated the raspberry ones. Doesn't make sense. It's a raspberry chocolate orange. No.
So, they were raspberry. I love it. I like. Never heard of that. I don't know. I never had those. I do use a lot of chocolate and orange in combinations with mezcal specifically. So I feel like you could totally go like in a really fun direction with like an orange or the I guess because we're saying chocolate and orange, they're two varieties of mint, but I feel like they both would work with mezcal, and I don't know, maybe an orange wine actually, because orange wine is a thing. It's like a natural wine. It's really funky. It's got like, I don't know, I don't want to say like a vinegary flavor to it, but it's got a real like bright weirdness to it. So that might be really fun, like a mezcal orange wine, like chocolate mint situation.
That would be really good. I didn't even think of that. I love orange wine. Yeah. I love that funky Some that's like they call that kind of funk like when a wine tastes like a foot, and that's like a positive thing.
Yeah, we don't usually use that word tableside, but yes. All right. So I'm putting about I don't know, what was that? Maybe like a half cup of basil in there. I just tore it in half. I'm not gonna like fine dice it because you don't want like hunks of basil to deal with at the end. And then just like 2 ounces of simple syrup.
Nice.
All right, so here's my single bottle, like, you know, I wouldn't say one person, maybe not one person, but 1 bottle of wine, little sangria in there. That's gonna sit for at least like 2 hours, preferably more like overnight. And as you can see, like, you could make this, you could do a lot, you could do the same recipe for 3 bottles, for 4 bottles. I went a little bit heavy on the fruit and herbs because, I'm just making it for me, might as well go intense. But this same amount, you could probably like double all the liquid ingredients and keep the same amount of fruit and herbs, and it would still like infuse nicely. This is just going to be hyper flavorful because that's how I like things, and this is for me. There you go.
Nice.
That's my rosé sangria. I'm gonna get it out of the way over here.
Well, I also have an empty pitcher, so I'm going to make a sangria too.
I'm excited.
Yes, me too. So I'm going to start with some white wine. This is a Sauvignon Blanc. I sought the advice of Taylor Smurl, and they said that a Sauvignon Blanc would be good for a sangria because you don't want to really pick a white wine that is very sweet to begin with, because you're going to add other sweet things to it. So this is just this dark horse Sauvignon Blanc. It's pretty like inexpensive wine and good for the price. So I like the sound.
Just the glug, glug, glug.
Yes. So I put that whole bottle in there. I've got nectarines here. Peaches aren't always in season, but I think that for this recipe you can use, yes.
I went on a rant about how much I hate working with peaches when we were deciding this. So I feel like I scared Liz away from feeling comfortable using peaches.
Well, I was looking at the peaches, and the peaches weren't quite ripe, and these white nectarines were just had become ripe, and I thought that would make it a really nice, I didn't want to use underripe fruit.
No.
So I got these nectarines. I think that for this recipe, you could really use any stone fruit, and you would get like a similar taste from that. Like if you've got peaches, use peaches, any type of nectarine, apricots. Yeah. So I'm putting about a quart of it in there. This is 3 nectarines chopped up. Splash myself a little bit.
Nectarines will get ripe, in a community effort. Peaches, as I was complaining about, you'll have a whole box of peaches, and one peach will be like, I'm good, and all the other peaches are like, not today. And that's, as somebody that's had to batch syrups where I need like 3 dozen peaches to be ripe at once, and I get like 4 individual peaches that I can work with. It's just, I don't know.
No.
I don't know when.
Yep.
And I know things have to be in season, but I don't believe that peaches recognize they have a season.
No, they'll decide when it's their time.
They do. They're very much like, today is my day, nobody else's day.
Speaking of time, I'm going to put some thyme in this. I love how green this looks on camera.
It's very green.
Yes, I'm going to put in here. Now, I saw recipes that said like 8 sprigs of thyme. This is obviously more than 8. I like something very like I like herbal flavors, and like likewise with what Taylor said, this is for me. So I'm gonna put this whole I prepped this bushel. I'm gonna put this in there. I would recommend definitely
A bushel.
a bushel. I would recommend in a lot of cooking with thyme, you need to remove the stems, but for this purpose, I don't think you should do that, because if you do that, and even if you don't do that, when you pour this, because the leaves are so small, you're going to get a bunch of leaves in your drink.
Yeah. And you want to, you could always strain it, but you want that fruit in there. You want to eat the fruit. So if you wanted, because sometimes the reason we do that is usually because like the stems of a lot of herbs will add a slight bitterness. And you could get around that at very particular restaurants I've worked at. We've made like little tea satchels basically of the herbs we want to infuse in a sangria. So you totally could. If you got some like muslin cloth or like tea bags at home, you could put your basil, your thyme, whatever herb you want to use in a tea bag and let it infuse in there. Just so you could pull it out. But yeah, in this case, I agree with what you're doing, because those stems aren't going to be in there that long that you can just pull them out and, get that out of there before it gets too bitter.
Try to get them out. So next I'm going to add the lemon juice.
While you're doing that, I'm going to grab an ice cube.
Okay. I estimated how many lemons I need. I juiced a little bit too much, but we're, what did we say? So like 4, oh no, Taylor's gone and I have a question. What did we say, 4 tablespoons of lemon juice?
That was for 2 bottles of wine. So yeah, I would do like a couple ounces. Yeah. Like 2 ounces, 3 ounces. This is kind of like just a generic recipe that we're following, but I think you could wildly alter it to taste. Just realized I had everything in front of me for like a basil gin kind of sour situation. So why not just roll with it?
Okay. Nice. While you do that, I'm going to add some simple syrup. It was like 1/4 of a cup of simple, right? So that's like 2 ounces.
Yeah, because it was a half. So yeah, 2 ounces.
I always have to double check with math things because I forget numbers,
Anytime I'm like doubling or tripling a recipe, inevitably like I do the math wrong and just end up either you just keep raising everything else to match whatever you messed up on, and then sometimes you just get a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, a little Christmas ball.
Yeah, I want to try to. I really like the shape of this bottle, so I want to use this vodka so that I can have the bottle. So I'm going to use 3 ounces of vodka in there. I'm very excited to have this orb bottle.
And that label is plastic, so you can just cut that right off too.
Yeah, the only thing has the slow pour on it. So I don't know if I can get anything else in here. I guess I could try to take it off.
Oh yeah, those things pop right off.
Yeah. There was only a little bit left of the vodka, so I just poured the rest in there.
Why not?
Why not? And so this is my finished product. I prepped some ice, so I'm gonna go ahead and add that to that, because just from my long gone brunch days of prepping sangria, we always added ice just to like infiltrate it. And also to make it look fuller.
Also that. What I will say that this recipe, it's going to be good on its own, but if you wanted something that was a bit more of a light, like a brunch, this is a great brunch cocktail, but this makes a really great base for a spritz. So you could totally take this once it's done and cut it with either some sparkling wine or just soda water, just a flavored soda or a regular seltzer of your choice, and make a really nice wine spritz because it's got that additional alcohol in it. You know, it's got some extra sweeteners in it. So if this comes out a little too sweet for you, or, you know, a little too heavy or a little too strong for your palate, you could totally just cut it with soda, and it's, yeah, you've got a spritz or a 75, however you want to look at it, depending on what you want to use, champagne or soda, ready to go. Yeah. So there you go. Super easy recipe. You know, really what you can do as far as the fruit and herb pairing, and even the simple syrup. I saw some people talking about tea going in here, if that's a possibility. I've definitely mixed like tea and wine and cocktails before. The cool part is that it's like you are adding more tannins to something that already has tannins, but especially if you're using like white wine or rosé, they don't have a lot of tannins. So adding tea is going to kind of give it that nice tannic base to it. So you could actually, like the simple syrup component that we did, you could make a tea simple syrup. You're only adding like 1 or 2 ounces, you know, per bottle. So that would be a really cool way to add an Earl Grey, or, you know, just like a whatever, an English breakfast, like whatever kind of tea you like. A green tea I think would be great in either of these. And you could totally like do a tea infused simple syrup to add some tea in there. But yeah, so you could do the simple syrup, you could infuse however you want. Herbs like rosemary, thyme, mint would work great in here. The fruit, obviously, like apples, pears, berries, really whatever you have, whatever is fresh at your farmer's market. If you've got the peaches that just don't want to make your life miserable, good for you. Tell them thanks. And yeah, and also same with the citrus. Like you could use lemon, you could use lime. Maybe like grapefruit would probably work. Anything out of that, and like we talked about before, you're going to lose the citric acid that you need to kind of balance everything out. But you know, I think you could still experiment. If you get a super dry wine, you could, there's some orange juice in there instead of the lemon, lime, or grapefruit. Yeah, so it's really just, it's kind of open to interpretation. You know, use a natural wine, use an orange wine, use a Vino Verde, use a red wine. You know, it's not quite the season for red wine. And even if you wanted to use a sparkling wine, obviously I would stay away from that because it's going to sit and then it's going to get flat. But you could probably, because you're using a liquor base, you could probably kind of let everything but the wine sit together and infuse into itself, and then add it all to a sparkling wine after everything else is set for a couple hours, and it would work about the same, because all you really want is to extract the flavor from the herbs and the flavor from the fruit and get them infused, and that will happen rapidly in concentrated alcohol. So you could put your fruit and herbs in your booze and kind of let that start to extract, and then add that to sparkling wine if you wanted bubbles. So it can be done. That sparkling sangria. Great. Yeah.
Yes, sparkling sangria. I'd be into that.
Yeah.
I'd be very into that.
I always prefer bubbles to anything. So I went through that mental process earlier, like, but what if I wanted this, but I wanted bubbles? Well, you could do it. Yeah. Just infuse everything else into your vodka or gin ahead of time. You know, add your simple syrup, add your citrus, and then just throw that in your sparkling wine after a couple hours. But yeah. So that being said, easy to do, easy to follow. We'll post the proportions down below. But let's click over and see if we have any questions.
Yes.
About 15, 20 minutes here.
So that I finally situated my phone in a place that I don't have to look down. I realized that it looked like I wasn't interested in the video because I was looking at the comments. So please send in questions, and we'd be happy to answer them. Thanks for being here, guys. Bubbles. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Favorite summertime drink. Liz, what's your favorite summertime drink?
I mean, I do enjoy like a very, very cold beer. But I actually, I like sangria a lot as a summertime drink, or, uh, like I really don't think you can go wrong with like a nice, like, I won't, I won't limit it to white wine. I'd say like any, like I'm obviously I'm gonna stay away from like red wine during the summer, but like white wine, orange wine, green wine. Um, I've just recently, I lived my life for so long without knowing anything about orange wine or green wine.
It's
And
got,
I
well,
feel like, sorry, go ahead.
oh no, I mean, orange wine is obviously it's not new in the wine world, but I feel like it's having a moment. Vino Verde is also just Vino Verde green wine has kind of never. It's always been there, but it's never been really given pertinence. And orange wine is kind of the new like biodynamic, organic. That's a whole palette that's developing in the wine world. So yeah, they're kind of they're wines that I don't think have been given like the respect that old world wines have.
Yes, but I love them.
Yeah,
I'm into
I agree, especially Vino Verde. Vino Verde is typically it has like a nice kind of a slight bubble structure to it, so it's slightly effervescent, and it's generally a little lower in alcohol than most white wine. Like most white wine will clock in between like low end 10%, usually more like 12. Vino Verde is like a 9 to 10% sometimes, so it's kind of it's a great summer wine because it's just a little it's light, it's refreshing, it's lower alcohol, so it's a good like summer sipper. Um, yeah. For me, man, um, I like to drink, gosh, I love cold beer as well. I really love like a, like a beer and grapefruit juice, like in the summer, just something really kind of bracing and tart. Cocktail wise, I kind of associate summer with like, now here's the thing. Okay, I'm going to say this and people are going to judge me. I think a mojito is a good cocktail. I've given my case for mojito before. I think people hate on it. It's not fair. It's a good drink.
I like
Yeah, it's literally everything that we talk about is good in classic cocktails, but then someone orders it and every bartender gets an attitude because it's just an extra step. I get it. Like mint in your shakers, like it's a mess, but it's a great cocktail. But my favorite variation on that is it's called an Old Cuban, and it's basically a mojito where instead of sparkling water, you use prosecco and you add some Angostura bitters to it. So it's like just to me, it's the most like just clean, refreshing. It's bright. I love an Old Cuban in the summer. Like just that's my happy place.
I should try it.
Yeah, and also just like a simple daiquiri. I like not like frozen. Like when I say daiquiri, I mean like two, 3/4, like rum, lime, simple. That's it. Like just daiquiris all day.
Yeah, I'm always here for margarita too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, let's see. I got a couple of questions here. Do you have any favorite fruits for this? So I'm guessing you mean like the sangria in particular. Anything but peaches.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think that's, we talk about a lot, like, what is going to pair well. I think, like, if you have a particular wine in mind that you want to use, then you're going to think about the fruits that pair well with that. Like, if you are, I mean, I know it's actually a little bit better to play against certain things, but I think it's a pretty safe move for if you have white wine that is heavy in citrus, then maybe you want to add like some kind of citrus element to it. There's like classic sangrias that you'll see in a lot of New York restaurants are like always just like the sangria fruit mix batched is just apples and oranges. Like you really can't go wrong with that.
Grapes,
but then
grapes a lot too.
Yeah, grapes is good. But then if you have particular fruits that you want to incorporate, I think that's also like, you know, if you're thinking of like fruit combinations you love, like if you love kiwi and strawberry, then like there's going to be some wine.
Kiwi.
Yeah, kiwi. I've had
Yeah.
sangria with strawberry before, and that was
I would like
really,
that.
yeah. I
Well,
really think
sorry,
it's
go ahead.
crazy.
Yeah,
No,
and
that's it.
and I was gonna say, and the whole point of like putting fruit in a sangria is you want to extract the flavor. So I do think like seasonal fruits work best. Whatever is in season in the time you're making your sangria, and you can always pair it with seasonal herbs. Like I'm a big fan of like, you know, if it's the fall, like, you know, like using rosemary in the fall and pairing that with like apple or pear, I think is just, to me, that's kind of like a logical thing. You know, in the summer it's more like basil's more associated with like summer flavor palette, so that's like basil and strawberry, like, you know, kind of like it makes sense to me. But ultimately I think just you want ripe fruit, you want fruit that's going to impart flavor quicker than it's going to suck up flavor, because that's the problem with underripe fruit, is it's going to kind of suck in flavor really well, but it's not going to give you a lot of flavor. So you want fruit that's right on the edge of kind of going over, and like juicy fruit too. Like I wouldn't put like, I'm just thinking like bananas, I wouldn't do in this. Like, bananas love to get ripe. They're, yeah.
Get out of
No, there's no juice there. You want to think about like ginger, like you can also add other like roots into here, like ginger or turmeric. You could add in like small, like chopped quantities into this. So I think you could really just, you know, just, yeah, go with what's in season and what you like.
yeah.
All right. Any other questions?
What wine okay, I'm not going in order. I just saw this question. What wine pairs best with the Mamma Mia movies?
Wait, but where do those movies take place?
Greece.
You think Greece? I think Greek wine, right? You think Greek wine?
Yep.
I don't know. Something big and bold, with perhaps with a lot of salinity.
Yes.
Big salty wine.
Salty wine. Yeah. Ooh. I like that. What we got? All right.
A couple other questions. Sorry, I lost my place. What's your favorite summertime but it won't stop raining drink? I mean, valid. We've had good weather up here, but I don't know. I feel like, do you have a good answer for that? Because I feel like when it rains, I just use it as an excuse to like sip on something neat.
Yeah, I think that is that's fair. I think, you know what, I'm gonna go with Michael's recommendation of mulled wine for that. It feels appropriate. Mulled wine feels like an inside wine.
An inside wine. Yeah. Yeah, maybe like an oaky Chardonnay. I like unoaked Chardonnay a lot, but I feel like there's a time and a place for like a buttery Chardonnay, because it's hot, but it's still got some like warm qualities, or it's like good for hot weather, but it's got some rich qualities to it. I don't know.
I like that. I like that.
Yes, a mojito. I knew I was gonna get that. That's fine.
Oh, dark and stormy. We missed the obvious.
Oh, was that a joke? Did you just make a joke on us? Is the Mamma Mia a joke too? I don't know.
They're all jokes. The joke's on us tonight.
We're just oaky Chardonnay. I mean, like Chardonnay that's been oaked. Some Chardonnay is oaked, some is not. So like a lot of like, especially like old world like French Chardonnays don't have like an oak cask on them. America loves their oaky Chardonnays. Just kind of depends on your palate. Oh, Alex is here. Hey, Alex.
Hi. Oh my gosh, that is a great question. So Alex is allergic to a comical amount of highly pollinated fruits. Okay.
So what are fruits that are not highly pollinated? That's a good question. That's a place to start.
What are
Tomatoes.
Wait, tomatoes? Really?
They're fruits.
You could totally make a tomato sangria. I mean, I'd do
yeah.
that.
I would definitely drink that. I feel like I have to research more into fruits that are not as highly pollinated.
Yeah.
Wait. No, Mamma Mia isn't a joke. Someone said the sequel is one of the best improvements to the series. Did you watch the sequel?
I did. It kind of bummed me out, honestly. Well, and I will say, because I know that I'm trying to look now, like what because what veggies? Okay, veggies that need pollinators all the time. Okay, or veggies and fruits. That's a good question.
I'm wondering about kiwis now. Are kiwis highly pollinated?
It looks like we're talking about ground fruits or ground things that grow in the ground, right?
Right. So like maybe
it's okay, Alex. We're here for you.
We're gonna forget. Okay, because I was also thinking like, okay, ground fruits, things that grow close to the ground. Because I feel like tomatoes maybe because like most people are okay with tomatoes, but like they grow kind of like tomatoes do, and berries I would say are highly pollinated.
Berries are. But I mean, I will say, like, if we're talking roots, like, I mean, I actually used to do in the wintertime, we did a sangria where we did beets in it, and it was really good. Cucumber, absolutely. Cucumber and kiwi. Oh, well, you could do a cucumber kiwi sangria with like an herb of your choice. That would be
so good.
Freaking good. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And I mean, what do I say? I wouldn't fault tomato too. Tomato is a fruit. It is in a lot of bar cultures, it's a normal go-to ingredient for like simple syrups and infusions. I feel like for some reason in America we're weird about using tomato in cocktails, but it provides earthiness, it provides sweetness. But I think kiwi and cucumber would be freaking awesome with like an herb of your choice. And yeah, I think you could do. I mean, beets have a lot of juice. You could also, a lot of these, like, obviously you want to be able to like eat the fruit or vegetable, but you can also use juices in place if you've got something that's a little harder to like get extraction from. But I love beets in cocktails. Like, I think, yeah. Oh, and you know what? Actually, I've done some cocktails with spring peas and like pea pods, and I think that would be safe for you to use like some like sugar snap peas in this, and it produces a really bright, like sweet, like fresh flavor that is hope. I think that would be safe, right?
Wow.
It's coming up on my list on non-pollinated vegetation.
Yeah, I mean, of course, there's like, because some people have soy and peanut allergies too. So like things in that family, maybe not, but there's definitely room to play with vegetables here, especially sweeter vegetables. I bet you could use, you know what? Or I wonder actually melon. I was thinking because I had a thought that butternut squash tastes a lot like melon, but also melon is probably not highly pollinated. But I'm not sure. Put me on that. But I'm thinking melon probably is a little bit more on the safe side with allergies. Because it doesn't really, it grows in its own kind of. I'm not a scientist. Hello, everyone.
So, self-pollinating, is that what you would be looking for? Does that make sense? Right?
I think like anything, because like berries are something that like it starts as a flower and bees pollinate it and it becomes the fruit. So like self-pollinating maybe would be a little bit more safe. Squash sangria, yes. Well, Alex, they said they can have squash, so yeah, squash sangria. I feel like if squash is safe, then melon would probably be in the same kind of, it's in the family. I feel like just based on like looks and like biological behaviors of plants alone, like melons and squash are kind of in the same family. They
I
grow
love the
in
idea
similar.
of squash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and that would be a good winter sangria too.
Absolutely. Oh,
Autumn squashes, some winter squashes.
kabocha. I like kabocha a lot. Makes for great drinks. Gets you around the pumpkin angle in the fall when people want pumpkin things, but I can't bring myself to make them. Yeah, and yes, Alex, we are doing to-go cocktails. So if you hit me up if you want to come by, we'll make you something that's safe because I know you've got requirements, but absolutely. And yes, Andrew asked if our bar is going to go cocktails in plastic baggies, Capri Sun type things. I mean, I found them just like online in restaurant supply stores. The reason I originally got them, and they are just like clear plastic bags that have a seal on top, because you can rewash them and reuse them. And I mean, I don't love putting more plastic out there into the world. Obviously, the problem right now is that we're talking about like dealing with the pandemic and having things disposable, which seems like the safer way of dealing with it. So I don't know how to cut the difference. For like full reopen and service, we're talking about investing in like the corn cups, because those are biodegradable. So there are options out there, especially if you're not doing like large batches of a little bit more environmentally friendly things to go that will hold up to cold beverages. So I kind of want to do some more research into that. I've been using the plastic bags because that's kind of the thing that we were using, but we were rewashing them originally, not in these times. We were rewashing them back when we were just doing regular service in the restaurant and like sanitizing them. Nowadays, I just feel safer just, they're to go, so they go. But I mean, I see a lot of bars using quart containers and like half quarts, and that's just more plastic. So I don't really know. To be honest, there's not a great answer that anyone's using right now because I think everyone's using plastic. And the last thing we need is more plastic going out into the world. But then there's just, you're wagering the plastic problem versus the pandemic. And wow, that's a fun game to play. Yeah. Really, really fun time to be in the industry right now.
Yeah, there's not really a best call as far as that. You gotta keep everybody safe as far as the virus goes, but well, we're working on solutions. Everyone is doing, or everyone can only do the best that they can right now. So yeah. We're figuring it out as we go, I think, a lot. Yeah, there's a heavy debate on melons being berries and all of these.
Shows what I know. Are melons berries?
Yeah. Well, okay. Emily learned from ologies, which I love ologies, by the way. Good stuff. That they're technically berries. Melons and squash are both berries, but there's a debate. Michael says this is controversial stuff, guys. Wow.
Oh wow, that is interesting. I thought I was impressive because I knew about tomatoes being fruit. Wow.
You know what? I don't know. They're all kind of arbitrary categories, I feel like, because there's still debate on whether or not tomato is a fruit and it acts like a fruit and all of these things like because of the technical definition of a fruit is like the fruit of the plant. So if the thing that you eat has seeds in it, it's a fruit. like if you could take the
Right.
and plant it and it grows a new plant, then it's a fruit. But that just like makes all of these things like, yeah, squashes, cucumbers, all of those are fruit. So
This is, I like that, but more importantly, what fruits can be classified as medieval weapons is now where the conversation has gone, which I am absolutely here for.
wow.
Pineapples can be painful. There's one when we're in regular service, I have to break down about 5 pineapples a week, and you know, those don't always like to be broken down. I could see a pineapple as a weapon. If I was like in one of those emergency situations where zombies were attacking my bar, where I think of often, a pineapple wouldn't be the worst choice. Not the best, but not the worst. I saw somebody mention mango. Mango is one of my favorite fruits to use in cocktails. I love pairing because I love like grows together, goes together, things that both like complement each other but also have similar backgrounds. I love using like mango, yerba mate, and cachaça together because it's just like an homage to Brazil, and they all work beautifully together. So those 3 things, you know, you could put them in like maybe like a Vino Verde, like you could put them in like a sangria. You can also just make a really beautiful like kind of a sour build with those 3 things like working in tandem. So absolutely. I like papaya, but the seeds freak me out. Is that a thing? It's weird for me.
What? Because they're okay.
They're like the little black marble seeds, and they're goopy, and it's, I don't know.
It's the same in squash, I feel like.
No, they're different. They're haunted. I don't. Just right. My opinion. Okay, every papaya has a small ghost inside of it, so that's not science. It's just my opinion. Yeah, it is tasty though. It's tasty. Yes, and lychee is terrifying. Delicious, but terrifying.
It does look like an eyeball. You're right.
It does, and it feels like an eyeball.
Into this fruit discussion.
I like everybody having these strong opinions about fruits. I guess everybody does. I mean, I have very strong opinions about peaches. I felt kind of weird about that.
You're not alone. Everybody's got their thing. Everybody's got their fruit.
I just feel rejected by peaches. I think that's what it is. I feel like peaches are like, they look at me and like, nah, not right for you.
Today. Oh, you waited too long. Now I'm rotten.
Yeah. You know. Meanwhile, the bananas are like, we're here. We're always pretty good. You really gotta try hard to mess us up. I'm a banana.
We're still pretty good.
You know, yeah. Put us in some bread.
Please, before we go to waste. We're turning around.
Bananas love us the most. Respect your bananas, everybody.
There's something, have you heard that thing about the bananas that we have now will be extinct soon? And they're also like the bananas we have now. I need to look this up so that I know my facts so I don't, but like if you Google this is real. Bananas that we have now, we used to have a different species of bananas and they went extinct. And they used to be better. The bananas used to be better. They used to be like sweeter and more flavorful.
Are we just slowly losing our good bananas?
Yeah. So the bananas that I think I got a fact check on this, but the bananas we have now are clones of like another species of banana than the ones we had before.
Oh no.
And that species of banana will eventually go extinct. So I don't remember why. I'm pretty sure this is an episode of Adam Ruins Everything. So
wow, okay. Yeah, because they're all clones. Well, I guess, you know, Enjoy your bananas while you can, everybody. Wow. You know what, Liz? I didn't need another downer today, okay? I didn't need that. I didn't need to know that bananas were going to go away.
I'm not saying they're going to go away. I'm saying they're going to change.
They're just going to slowly get worse over time.
Have to change. They were something else, and now they're what they are, and they're going to change again. I just want to prepare you for the big banana change. Okay.
The original banana is the flavor that you get from the banana candy. I will say the banana runt is my favorite runt, and I don't know if that makes me a bad person. Liz is maybe gonna come back. We'll see. They might be back. Hopefully soon. I'm gonna give them a second or two to hopefully get back online here. Yeah. I think that's why I've used 99 bananas, which is just a severely overproof banana liqueur in a lot of cocktails. And it's because it doesn't taste like real banana. It tastes like banana candy. It tastes like the banana runt. If you do want the flavor of actual bananas in your cocktail, you have a bottle of it. Giffard's Banana Brazil. It tastes like real bananas, and that's fine. But I highly recommend the cheap banana flavor. Yeah, I'm on my own. I'm gonna text Liz and see where they are, because I don't want to sign off without Liz if I can avoid that. That's happened once already. It made me very sad. But if you guys have any questions for me specifically, now's a great time while I try to get Liz back online. If not, I'm gonna sign off here. I've been here about an hour, but yeah. 99 bananas and pineapple. So that sounds delicious. Well, and oh great, Liz is back! Yay! They went into the meeting. Okay.
I'm sorry.
There you are. That's okay.
Yeah, my iPad couldn't charge fast enough to keep up. But hi, hello. Sorry, I'm back.
That's okay. I was, I was about to text you, but you're here, so that's all right. We're good. We were just discussing fake banana flavor to real banana flavor, and I think it's just a byproduct of being like a 90s kid, and every fruit that I was introduced to was a fake fruit flavor, and fake banana was just a special place in my heart. That like real bananas, I'm like, that's good, but it's not fake. And I kind of I worked some of that out of my palate, but not fake banana.
I feel the opposite. I've always hated fake banana.
Yeah. What happened to my hair color? The electricity went out. It did. It's faded rapidly. I need to get like an overtone or something to go over it, because I'm just looking I kind of like it now. It's just like a weird blue gray, but I'm old, so once it goes gray, it's gonna look gray, which I'm not bummed about, but I got this light tone.
I think it looks cool. It's like silver.
Yeah,
I like it.
I'll probably put some weird color over it. I was telling Liz, I got turquoise in my cabinet. It's it just manifests when you're queer. Like hair color just shows up and have me. So I've had the same turquoise tube of hair color for 3 years. Maybe now's the time.
I think now's the time. Somebody's texting you.
Yeah, it's fine. Purple ketchup. Yeah, exactly. I like fake grape, purple ketchup. Just what else? I mean, I don't know. Just bad 90s fake fruit flavors. Green apple doesn't taste like green apple. No. Blue raspberry, not a real thing. Not a real flavor.
It's pear. It's pear flavored.
Oh, that's right. You were the one that told me that. Yeah.
It's pear because pear isn't marketable, they thought. So
I think kids won't like the word pear. We gotta do something completely different.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I feel like we should have put more faith in the kids to like pear.
I mean now I like actual food, but that was a hard thing to break.
Blue raspberry sounds exciting.
I just liked it because it was blue. I mean, 99. If you make something blue, if anyone out there wants to know how to poison one Taylor Smurl, make it blue. Sometimes when I'm cleaning my house and I look at the bottle of Windex, I'm just like, I won't,
it's
but
yummy.
I wanna.
No.
Looks good.
No. No.
This is not now. I mean, I was a stupid college kid, but for a Halloween party we had, we put a blue cocktail in a Windex bottle, and we thought we were really funny, because we just squirted it in each other's mouths. But it was definitely like not a smart thing to do in retrospect. Don't do that. Don't put anything
do that.
in a Windex bottle that you put in your mouth. Absolutely not. Never okay.
Gonna have bad repercussions.
Yeah. But yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy anti-hero hair color realness. Okay, I think of a couple people that might be. I'll take it. It's all right. It's nice having Alex here. I don't know where Charlie went, but that's all right.
It's like 9:45, so Charlie.
Oh, Charlie's in bed. Why was Charlie even awake to begin with? Actually, now that I think of it. Okay, where are you guys going in the chat? I see something about beaver butthole, and that's not. This is a delicious cocktail chat. Michael, what are you doing?
Oh my gosh, my cat's coming over here. This never happens.
No, your cat's never been on camera.
I could grab her. I'm mobile now because I've got the phone.
I think we all would like to see Luna.
Y'all want to see my cat?
Oh, I can hear her squeak.
You hear her? Come here. I'm gonna catch you. She ran away. She wants me. I gave her tuna earlier because I wasn't here for a long time yesterday, so that was how I made it up to her, that I gave her some tuna. So now she wants more. This is Luna. Luna, you're on TV. Not really.
Luna, come here.
Say hi. Oh, now you're quiet.
Give me the mood. Luna. There she is. Hello. Hello, Luna. What do you have to say?
This is Luna. Ugh.
Oh, Luna, you're so small.
She's a little bitty baby.
You only grew so much.
Yes, she's upset about being on camera. I did not consent. Okay, I'll put her down.
All right.
I can't see the chat anymore, unfortunately.
It's all right. Everybody likes Luna. Everybody loves Luna.
Yay!
Everybody's highly complimentary of Luna.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, cats don't love the podcasting. Jack likes to scream in the background sometimes, but
Yes.
I was up late last night because there was a kitten meowing in like a car. It was like in the inside of a car outside of my apartment. I tried everything. I was on the sidewalk in my pajamas in the middle of Bushwick for like hours late last night, like trying to lure a cat out from a car. It did not work. I had many people walk by and give me very strange looks, but I was ready. I was ready for another cat. It just did not want to come to me.
I mean, maybe tonight. Maybe she'll cry out to you again.
She's cried out every night. Like I come down. I think she just has a good game going. Like she knows if she cries, I'll bring her food and then she'll eat it and go back to wherever she's living, which is fine. If that's our relationship, you know what? It's fine. I've had worse.
She's like, I like my freedom.
Yeah.
I figured this game out.
Somebody asked, how social is Luna? My cats are both extremes. One broke out of my apartment to break into the neighbors and demand attention. The other one has hidden in walls to avoid people.
Oh, Luna's probably more like that, the latter, because she takes a long time to warm up to people. She was like, I'm the first human she ever met. So she was like living with her brother and sister as kittens. Like they were a litter of rogue kittens. They didn't have a mom, but they were hanging out at a pool that I was managing and lifeguarding at one summer. So I got them that way because we had to get them out of there. So
I actually had to socialize her a lot, like kind of get her used to being around people. Now she likes people when they're slowly introduced to her. She's very social to the people that she decides are friends. She doesn't really like other animals.
No, as I say, she and I got along okay. Mm-hmm. She and Jack, not so much.
And Jack is very friendly and very accommodating. He was very polite.
Friends,
he wanted to be friends. She was not having it, but
no. But
that's how she is.
It's all right. I approved of her just kind of being like, oh, this is your house. It's my house now.
Yes.
Just like sprawled out in the middle. Liz used to bring Luna over when we could record together, and Luna would very much make herself comfortable, which made me happy.
Yes, she did. She did.
Yeah. But Jack loves everybody all the time, everything. Somebody could break into my house, and Jack would be like, "Are you my friend? Want to be friends? Want to pet me? It's a good idea if you pet me."
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes it makes me feel less than special. Like, oh, my cat loves me so much. Oh, my cat loves everybody so much. Oh, my cat just loves attention.
Yeah. He's such a gentleman, though. He's very polite.
Yes,
he's a very polite kitty.
He's a good cat. Yes. Oh, poor Jack. He gets love. Trust me.
He's good.
Trust me. Now, especially since I'm home all the time, he's gotten real spoiled because now, as soon as one can of food empties, he just lets me know. Like, he doesn't want the next one yet, but he would like one there for when he's ready for it. And it's there. I put it there. Yeah. All right. Well, we're any other remaining questions? That's, we'll take one or two more if you got them. But if not, I think we're. This was great. It was so nice to get back to doing this.
Yes.
Hopefully next week we can do this live. We're going to stick with live for a while. I think this is cool. We get to interact with y'all. Like the edited videos were really fun. I like doing them, but I like getting to actually talk to people and like interact,
Yeah, especially while we're all still social distancing and all that, then it's nice to get to talk to you guys for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just in case you missed our announcement, we'll make a bigger announcement this Monday when we release another episode. But we are, one of the reasons why we decided to come back was because we have a platform and we want to use it. So we are going to be donating the proceeds from our Patreon for June to Black-led community initiatives. So if you wanted to up your donation, that is going to go directly to the hands of Black organizers. So there's that. And that is for the month of June. And that's really important. We were already kind of thinking of what we could do for Pride Month, but that is part of Pride. There's very much this intersection that is really important, and we're happy to do that. So yeah, so we'll be back on Monday with another episode.
I know we dangled the Shira episode over y'all's head for a while there. We recorded it before all this, and like not the right time to come out with kind of a like silly episode. And we both agree, well, like, if this is not a return to form, we're gonna release it, but like with the awareness, we recorded ahead of time, and then we'll have a Shira related live stream next week. So that'll be fun. And yeah, so
and yeah, with any luck, we'll be together because we both got our antibodies.
Hoping for those antibodies, please.
Yes.
It's kind of like I've been doing my best to like be like quarantined and sanitary. So I guess it's like if I don't have them, I'm like, great, I did a good job. But also like, oh man.
Yeah. That's kind of the best case scenario that we're hoping for, is that we both have them so that we can be in the same room again and that be safe and responsible. So yeah.
Thank you all for joining us. Thank you. So good to see familiar faces, familiar tags, some familiar faces, but your names, we know your names. So thank you for coming back. I was worried after we went down a couple weeks that we might have lost y'all. So thank you very much for being here.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Favorite Cheever character and why is it Scorpia? That's fair. Scorpia deserves the most.
Oh, she deserves the world.
Yeah. Oh, current answer is Entrapta. They're all great. God, they're all good characters. Other characters you're supposed to not like. They're all good.
Bo is my favorite princess.
Bo is my favorite princess. Yeah. Oh man,
So
I just want to
wholesome.
rewatch Shira. That's some good downtime activity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no worries, y'all. Like, thank you for waiting. Like I said, we dangled Shira out there. It's coming to you this week. We'll have some fun Shira-related cocktails for you on the live stream. Check out the episode. I think it actually went really cool. Like, I think this. Hopefully, you all dig it, but I think it's a cool thing that we can kind of replicate the structure of like making like suppositions about fantasy characters, like what they would drink in the real world. Like I hope you all like it because it's a thing that I think we could apply to more fictional universes, which would be really
Yes.
cool.
And we really enjoyed making it. So that's another reason why we hope you like it.
Yeah, absolutely. Who knows? I would love to like with everything going on, it's like cosplay by next week. Maybe not, but we'll see. We'll see.
True.
All right. Well, Liz, do you have any final thoughts?
No, just thanks y'all for being here and thanks for coming back and joining us again. And stick around because we're going to be producing the content you love. If you love us, hopefully you do. That's why you're here. But for a good cause. So
yeah. And we're gonna the next Patreon package, the coaster and sticker situation, we'll get that out this month. So that is that will be sent to you soon. Thank you for waiting on that. Things have been a little crazy, but we will get that out to you in the coming weeks.
Sure will.
Cool. All right. Well, I've been Taylor Smurl.
And I've been Liz June.
And this has been
Neat. Yeah.
All right. We love you all. Hopefully we'll see you again next week. And please enjoy the episode on Monday. Stay safe. Support your communities. We love you all.
Love you. Bye.
See if I can do this the right way where I